We live in an age where we have access to all the knowledge in human history right inside our pockets. We can look up anything, learn any skill, and listen to any expert with a single tap on our screens. But yet, as a society, we have never felt more lost, more confused, or more disconnected from our own gut feelings. Think about it. You are drowning in information, but you are completely starving for wisdom. From the very second you wake up, your brain is flooded with podcasts, news, notifications, and other people's opinions. I'm one of them. Your mind has become completely constipated with thoughts that do not even belong to you. You are not empty. You are simply too loud to hear your own soul. Welcome back to A Dragon Speaks. Today we are talking about the hidden trap of the information age. These days, we have access to a virtually endless amount of information online. And this constant stream of data makes us believe we are smarter, wiser, or more knowledgeable than we actually are. And honestly, at times, I feel the exact same way myself. I'm not going to lie to you. But in reality, simply having access to information is not the same thing as actually understanding it. Now, please do not take this statement the wrong way. What I mean is that almost everyone has a smartphone in their hands right now as we speak. And I could easily come across a piece of very important information on my screen. But if I do not know how to read it properly, or if I don't get to the absolute depths of understanding it, that information becomes completely useless to me. Let's say that information comes with a picture or a visual. A person might try to absorb it using either the visuals or the words. But either way, that is just a simple example of how information is constantly thrown right at you, even when you don't truly understand what it means. Now, let's look at the people who know exactly where to find information online and who have become completely dependent on it. Instead of sitting quietly with our own unanswered questions, we choose to look for quick answers online. Instead of taking a necessary break to just slow down and listen to ourselves, we choose to immediately search for the answer on the internet. Don't get me wrong, this is great sometimes, but you do not get answers. And those answers that you get come in many different forms. Suddenly, you find yourself listening to 10 different strangers who all have completely different opinions about the exact problem you are facing. Now, look at what has happened. You didn't just get a simple solution, instead, you have been flooded with multiple layers of heavy information. You get completely stuck without even realizing it. You are no longer just trying to understand your own situation. Now you are trying to understand all of those strangers' complicated situations as well. Instead of outsourcing our lives and our problems to Google or algorithms, we need to test life through real self experience. If you don't, you will end up dealing with a deep hidden anxiety. You will constantly feel like you need to read just one more article or watch just one more video before you are finally ready to live your life. As far as I have experienced life, I have noticed something very interesting about how people think. So, there are people out there with great knowledge and immense wisdom, but there are also people who have deep wisdom but not that much formal knowledge. On the other side, you will find people who have tons of knowledge but absolutely no wisdom. So, for a person with immense knowledge, someone whose head is packed with theories and data, sometimes small, simple, everyday problems can be very difficult to solve or understand because they overthink it, they complicate it. But for someone who does not have all that theoretical knowledge but has learned directly through real life experience, that exact same problem is nothing to them. They have actually lived through it rather than just reading about it. And solving it will be a complete jiffy for them. So, meanwhile, the person who only knows how to operate complex academic problems will sit there completely stuck. There is a simple human reality we all need to accept. Our brains were never built to process this much non-stop information. Historically, our minds were designed to handle the quiet life of small villages. We were meant to process a few local stories and simple daily tasks. We were never wired to handle a global non-stop stream of heavy digital noise from millions of strangers every single second. And this information overload is literally constipating our minds. So please always remember this simple rule. Before you immediately reach for your phone to search for an answer, just stop. Take a breath and try to see if you can understand and handle the situation on your own first. Trust your own gut before you trust the screen. Since we are speaking mainly from the digital point of view, I want to say this. At some point, you must be able to identify that you have already found your solution. You just kept searching because you wanted to make absolutely sure you were doing the right thing. But if you do not stop there and you continue spending hours absorbing more information, it will quickly lead to you becoming completely numb and overwhelmed. There is a vast dangerous difference between healthy learning that feeds your curiosity and mindless scrolling that acts as a drug to numb your real world feelings. You might open your phone with the honest intention to look up one specific piece of information, but you end up scrolling through hours of completely unnecessary noise. That is exactly how the algorithm works. It is designed to constantly suggest topics that are familiar to what you were looking for, trapping you in a loop. Whereas when you actually sit down quietly with your own raw feelings and understand your situation, you finally own that problem. And that is exactly when you actually find the answers. Think about this. These days, whenever we think it is safe to ask the internet about our deep personal struggles, we are also giving away a massive amount of personal information about ourselves. Now, unless you have absolutely no issues with this, it might seem fine. But you must make sure that things that are deeply personal remain strictly within your own boundary. They do not have to be a part of the digital world. Why? Because your private struggles are fed like data straight into the algorithm. The system will then use your vulnerability to make you see even more things that you do not need, keeping you trapped in fear. At the end of the day, self control is a complete must. Sometimes I myself get complicated, completely drowned in this online information because of my own curiosity. I tend to forget that I am only supposed to be doing a bit of research. I am not trying to get the system to solve my entire life for me. By forcing my brain to process everything all at once, I end up feeling completely exhausted. It feels as if I have done some heavy, intense physical work, when in reality, it is just my mind that is entirely tired. The truth is, I simply did not stop when I needed to. This is a boundary we all must follow in this digital age. No one is forcing you to go down a toxic doom scroll hole. No one is telling you that you have to find all of your answers online. At the end of the day, it is you and it is me who has taken it up upon ourselves to pursue the act. We have to take responsibility. Fortunately, there are simple ways we can keep all of this under control. And firstly, a deep self realization needs to happen. Do not wait until you face a complete mental block. And by the way, how to deal with a heavy mental block is going to be the exact topic of my very next video. So, before that block can happen to you, you can take action right now. You can set simple steps to go on a strict data diet to allow your mind to fully digest what it already knows. Now, some people I are very good at taking in a lot of information. That is what drives them and motivates them. But in reality, absolutely no one can escape the harsh disadvantages of continuously exposing your mind to a digital system. It harms us in deep ways we do not even realize. We keep wanting to use it because at the end of the day, we are all naturally curious. But remember, sometimes curiosity kills the cat. For example, I have seen so many people wearing headphones absolutely everywhere they go. That is honestly not good for your mind. Maybe next time you are out, instead of hiding behind your headphones, try to be more present in the real world. Being fully present could probably help you stop mindlessly scrolling on your phone altogether. Shift your daily focus from a constant, restless consumption over to a quiet, slow, and intentional creation. And I'm sure most of you love to read, so always try to keep a book nearby that teaches you about something truly valuable in life. There is a very famous book called Ikigai, and I think most of us already have it in our shelves, but that is just one example. What I personally do is lean towards books that give me absolute clarity and focus. I tend to read books that help me evolve my thinking, or sometimes I choose topics that are completely out of my league just to learn a new skill. So today there are so many high value skills you can learn online for a very low price, especially if you would like to earn certificates. Maybe you already know what you are uniquely capable of. So if you are very good at teaching, for instance, find an online skill that perfectly aligns with who you are becoming. Let's always remember we are all here on this earth to learn. That is the very first thing that should be in your mind. But learning through your own real self experience is much bigger and much more advanced. It is the only thing that can truly lead you to find higher knowledge. In that process, one day you will naturally become someone who can teach others. And in this age of unlimited access to information, learn to create solutions for your own self doubts first. I also want to say this before we close today's chapter, that some of the messages I share won't resonate with every single one of you, and there is absolutely no need to take them too seriously. We are all just learning, sharing our thoughts, and talking about our personal journeys. So please remember that everything I share on this channel comes strictly from my own personal research and my real life experiences. So, how you process this message might be entirely different from how someone else processes it. And that is exactly how it should be. So, do not blindly jump into what I say just because I said it. Instead, take a step back, listen to your own heart, understand your unique situation first, and then make the final call for yourself. You are the ultimate boss of your own life. But if this message did speak to your soul today, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button to join our growing Earth Dragon family. Your support truly means the absolute world to me. So please take whatever resonates with you and gently leave behind whatever does not align with your truth. So take a deep breath, protect your softness, as I always say, and I will see you right here on the next episode where we break down exactly how to fix that frozen brain. Thank you so much for watching A Dragon Speaks. This is Vin. Take care of your beautiful heart.